Good day, traders. Hope you guys are good, and welcome to this week's segment of our weekly market breakdowns. So, without wasting any more time, let's get straight into today's video. I want to start by looking at EURJPY, and yeah, I think the last time we looked at it, it went exactly as we expected it. I was expecting the market to tap into this demand zone right here and then buy. So our take profit got taken out. What am I expecting next? I'm expecting the market to continue with the bullish trend. As you can see right here, we have this imbalance and we have this supply zone to tap into, right? Like we've established in the previous weeks, we are in this uptrend right here where the lows are respected, the highs are violated. We created a new low. Now I'm waiting for this high right here to get violated, right? So I'm expecting a break of structure from this high right here. And then if we get a break of structure from that high, I'm expecting some sort of a return to an order block, especially on the lower time frame. And then we can go to the supply region right there. Right now, we are currently in the correction phase of this uptrend, right? This is our opposing supply, but like I said, we have no imbalance on the supply, right? Which makes it a weak supply. And also, you can see that price has been accumulating orders on top of this supply. So with an accumulation of orders, we already expect a strong explosion breaking this previous structure. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm expecting to see on Euro in EURJPY in the coming months. Let's go to a lower time frame. This is the nested demand zone that we tapped into, and then we recently broke through the structure over here. Just so right now, I believe that we're in a phase where like we created the strong bullish push. What I'm expecting is the market to create a retracement to fetch some of the orders that it left, right? So we have this fair value gap right here. And then we have this hidden order block. We also have another fair value gap right here, right? Just waiting to see how the market will respond to these, right? Like I said, we have a break of structure here, and we've recently violated this high. So for me, right, I think the market is going to take liquidity because we've been bullish the whole week. Like we haven't had a period where a daily candlestick ended in like a correction. Like we haven't had a strong correction of the daily. So I feel like the market is bound to give us some sort of correction before it continues with the upside. But it's not compelled to do that. Like we can also expect another bullish week, and then you get what I mean. But like for now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we shouldn't anticipate some form of a correction. You get what I mean? So if we go to a lower time frame, this is the fair value gap that we are seeing right here. And then at the source of that high time frame fair value gap, we have this untested supply zone, right? We also have a flip zone right here. And then we have this sort of demand zone. If we look at this demand zone right here, it's not a high probability zone, right? Because of where it's located in terms of the supply and demand curve, right? So yeah, but then this is the first zone that we're considering. And then this is the second zone where I'm going to have my orders. For now, I'm just going to place my limit order on the zone, right? And then take profit on the monthly target. Or we can aim for a lower demand level. So this is the nested demand low, and it's also a discounted level. But yeah, we'll see as time goes how the market responds to this. These are my sentiments on EURJPY. Don't forget, I'm expecting the market to give me a correction, right? And then I want to capitalize from that correction. Let's move on to another pair. So similar thing to what we saw on EURJPY. On GBPJPY, we are bullish. We have this low that was created. We've broken through this high right here, and then the fair value gap that I see is right here. This is the source of that fair value gap, aka our supply. So price has a long way to travel until it reaches that point. By how we broke it through this level, there's a possibility that if we go to a lower time frame, we'll see a break of structure with a strong impulsive candlestick and an order block waiting to be retested before we can fully launch to the upside. But my bias is very much bullish. So if you can look right here, this is exactly what I was talking about. So from this break of structure, we have this fair value gap right here and a hidden order block right here. So this hidden order block right here is actually a low probability level. We are looking for high probability zones. So in the next week, we might get like a candlestick that's consolidating away. So it might not necessarily be the week where we actually bearish. We might see a hammer, like a bearish hammer. And then the other week, we see a drop. So like I said, I'm not really expecting the market to come back to this level next week, right? Another zone, or the zone that I'm interested in, is actually the zone right here, which is the origin of this. So if the market is to return to another block, this is the level that I'm considering. You know what I mean? So yeah, if we go to the daily, this is the hidden order block that I was talking about. As you can see right here, if you refine it, you'll find the zone right here. And then here we have a nested demand zone, which is the high probability zone. So nested is a discounted level. All right. And then this one is nested. So these are two zones that I'll have my eyes on in the coming week. But yeah, let's move on to another pair. All right, I'm back again on AUDUSD. Judging by this thing, we're in an uptrend, right? We're in an uptrend. We have this rejection, major rejection, a lower high, and then now it seems like we're going up, right? We had this low right here, but it was taken out, and then we just had a grab of liquidity, and then went to the upside. For me, right, we have this area to consider, right? So the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of this zone right here is the fact that it has a lot of basic candlesticks, basically. And also we have this area of equal highs, right? And we know about liquidity and the incentive that the market has to take out areas of liquidity. We also have a fair value gap right here. We also have another fair value gap right here. So from the way I'm sitting, if I'm looking at the next supply zone, I would say the next best supply zone is this one. So yeah, consider this. We're in a long-term uptrend, correction period, not in a strong supply region, and we are approaching a fairly strong area of supply on the monthly. On the weekly, so we had this trend coming down, you understand. And then we recently had a change of sentiment right here. So the market, as you can see right here, tapped into this. So we got a young breaker, and then it went up, not with a strong impulsive movement, but you can see it, right? So there is no like what you call imbalance left that I think the market might go back and retest. And right now, the market is currently in the works of trying to break through this high. So this is actually an area of liquidity that I think the market in the coming week might take out. So what I'm expecting is for the market to give me a breakout of this and then a rejection, right? A consolidation away from the zone, and then maybe come back to retest this and then move on. Because as you can see right here, it's in the process of forming a demand zone. but then that demand zone will not be confirmed unless or until we can break through an opposing structure. That's number one. Another thing is that we have to have at least one candlestick consolidating away from this level so that we can confirm the zone. So right now, the zone is not confirmed. In the short run or in the interim, we can see that we have this imbalance over there that hasn't really been filled, only been filled halfway. And then we have an order block right here. So the market might use this order block to create that candlestick that's consolidating away from the zone. And then what I think might happen is that we might tap into the zone, take in liquidity from this high right here, come back into the zone, and then continue going up, right? The first area of interest with this, right? Because we have this rejection block right here. This week hasn't been filled, you get what I mean? So that's what I see happening on AUDUSD. Let's move on to another pair. Right. Now we are on NZDUSD, and it's also been a minute since I looked at this pair. As you can see, we are in this long-term uptrend. We recently had this low right here that the market actually used as demand. So demand is in control. This is an opposing supply level, but it's not confirmed because it hasn't broken through any opposing level. And then there is no imbalance, right? Which creates incentive for price to just move if it's in a strong bullish momentum. Another thing that you need to consider is that this has a corrective. This phase right here has a corrective nature. You understand? And then also we have this area of liquidity over here. No real imbalance. And then only imbalance that I'm seeing is actually here, right? Source of that imbalance being the zone over here. So I see the market traveling all the way to that supply zone. That's what I see on the monthly. If we go to the weekly, you'll see that we had a change of sentiment as we've broken through this high. So we had a breaker because we've literally just taken liquidity from this low. And now we are continuing to the upside. So the market is currently in a phase where it's trying to create a zone from this level right here. But the zone is not confirmed. So what we need for the zone to be confirmed, number one, we need the zone to break an opposing level, right? So a potential area of the zone being broken through is the source of this imbalance right here. So the market has to break through the zone first, right, to confirm the zone. And we also, similar to NZDUSD, we need a consolidation away from that level. And then if we get that consolidation away, then we can come back to the zone and find it being confirmed. And then maybe we can use the zone to trigger more buys, right? Other than that, dog, that's all I see. We have this opposing supply that we need to take out. Other than that, we don't have any opposing level, right? Like I said, this has a very corrective nature. So what you're looking for is a buildup of that bullish push to the upside. And then, yeah, we are done with NZD USD. Let's go to the final pair of the week. So this was my analysis the last time we looked at this. Remember, we were looking at the zone, right? And then the problem with the zone for me was the fact that we had a weak departure, like I labeled here, blah, 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 blah. But then we taken this liquidity right here, and then we went to the upside. We also broken through this opposing zone and used it as a flip zone. So the market has changed sentiment. The market is going to the upside. For me, there's two potential areas of reversals, or actually there's one. We have a fair value gap right here that I believe the market has incentive to take out. You know what I mean? So this is our opposing supply. What I think will happen in the interim, I think the market will try to make its way to the upside, right? Because we've had a change of sentiment. So yeah, man, we are bullish, recently turned bullish on AUDCAD. Let's go to the lower time frame to see what we should expect. So yeah, that's where we had our trade. Now we're at a point where the change of sentiment is much more clear. Like it took time for the market to actually break through the zone, but eventually it did. What I'm seeing right now is two potential areas where the market can reverse. This zone right here and this zone right here. Right. We also have a mini gap here, and then we have this area of potential demand. Now, my problem with that level, and I'll always say, is the fact that it hasn't broken through any previous structure, but it has time spent away from it. It has a fairly strong departure. It has an imbalance, right? So it creates incentive for the market to come back and test it. But because the zone hasn't like been confirmed fully, this could also be a potential area of liquidity that the market might take out before going to the upside. You understand? Right now, this is our most recent high. The market hasn't broken through that high. What we're seeing is the market trying to reverse. So I see two situations. First situation, we come into this territory, use it as a continuation point, even though it hasn't been fully confirmed, and then move to the upside. That's the first scenario. Second scenario, because this isn't confirmed, we break through it, coming to that demand zone, and then move to the upside. That's the second scenario. So this zone is a low probability level because it hasn't been confirmed. Situation number 3 or scenario number 3, we take out this liquidity, move to the upside. So yeah, these are the 3 scenarios that I see. Or that's what I see. Now we're on an area of supply because we had a gap, right? We had a gap right here, and then the market has come back to that order block, and it's just reacting from that block. So what we want to see in the next couple of days, even weeks, is a breakout from that opposing supply. Yeah, I mean. But yeah, guys, if you stuck to this point, thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe if you still haven't, and peace.